So in our previous video, we learned that we can represent angles on a Cartesian plane. So let's say this is x, this is y, and this is theta. So we know that x is r cosine theta and y is r sine theta. So cosine theta is x over r and sine theta is y over r. And we also know that tangent theta is, because it's opposite over adjacent, so it's y over x. Y over x. So if you notice, if I take 1 divided by 2, so sine theta over cosine theta, you will get y over r times 1 over cosine, which is r over x, which will give you y over x, and this is equal to your tangent theta. And so this is the first identity that we have learned today. So tangent theta is in fact equal to sine theta over cos theta. Right, so this is a fairly basic identity. So similarly, if I were to consider this as equation 3, equation 4, and if I were to take 3 squared plus 4 squared, so that will be x squared plus y squared equals r squared cosine squared theta plus r squared sine squared theta. So we can factorize out the r squared. And this would be equal to x squared plus y squared. So if you consider this, actually x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, right, by Pythagorean theorem. So we can actually sub this in, so this is equal to r squared. So we discover that cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta is in fact equal to 1. Alright, so this is known as a Pythagorean identity. And from this equation, we can actually derive 2 more equations. So what we can do is we can divide both sides by sine first. So cosine squared theta over sine squared theta. Sine squared theta over sine squared theta. 1 over sine squared theta. So cosine square theta over sine square theta is cotangent square theta plus 1 equals to cosecant square theta. So this is the second equation that we have to take note of. Cotangent square theta plus 1 equals cosecant square theta. These two are important. So lastly, what if to this equation, instead of dividing by sine square, I divide by cosine square. So I will actually get this. One over cosine squared theta. So you will get 1 plus tangent squared theta equals to secant squared theta. Okay, so this is the third equation, that the third identity that we have to take note of. So just to give you a recap, the first identity that we learned is one of the ratio identity, which is tangent theta equals sine theta over cosine theta. And we also learned 3 Pythagorean identities. So cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals to 1. If we divide by sine squared theta throughout, we will get cotangent squared theta plus 1 equals cosecant squared theta. And if we divide by cosine squared theta throughout, we will get 1 plus tangent squared theta equals secant squared theta.